Hi guys, and welcome back to Binary Options Trading. I am saying it again and again because it's quite important for me now. I am having back my Instagram, so follow me, give me some likes, feedbacks, anything like that. It's just, for some chatting, not for the working matters, but mostly for some nice chat with all of you. And today's strategy is quite easy. And my favorite MACD, 2 moving averages, and let's see how it's gonna be. I'm gonna show you how I'm using that. Let's make it. Today's gonna be the easy strategy actually. It's gonna be 2 moving averages. Changing the period, one is smaller, the other one is gonna be bigger. And it's going to be the green one here. And the third indicator is going to be MACD. You know how I love it. You know how much I trust it actually. And but today we're not going to follow in the lines with MACD. We are going to following the candles that MACD is actually showing us here. So let's start. So let's make our first bet, and after I'm gonna tell you what we are actually paying attention for. We are paying attention here at the MACD below the chart on the candles. Let's call it candles, so-called candles. You know, this green and the orange candles. Let it be like that. And with the moving average, we are paying attention mostly for the moving average with the period 4. And let's see how it's going to be with this bet, and I'm going to tell you more and more because maybe it's not going to work, but let's see because this is the first one. And as I told you, but I am actually predicting that it's going to be the downward movement. So this orange line is striking to be below this green line, and this is the perfect situation for us when it's actually below the green line. But here we were correct, and we were just counting on the MACD candles. It was showing a downward movement, so it's orange, and we were playing on that exactly. So as I told you before, what we are having here, the orange line below the green line, and the last candle of MACD were orange. So we expecting that it's gonna be the downward movement, and we are checking on that. So we are here. It's a little bit tense. We were a little bit so close with this green candle, but it's actually, you see the chart here with the high volatility, and it's a little bit risky when it's so, tiny movements. But we were correct here, but it seemed like we were, just a little bit just in time, and nothing special about that. So what we are seeing here, the last candles of the MACD were orange, and we are expecting that it's going to be downward movement. We are expecting that this orange line are going to cross the green line now, and the perfect situations is when you see that they're going to cross each other, or they just crossed, just at that moment, and it's like a few seconds left. And that's why you can enter with this strategy. It's going to be the perfect. Let's check for this chart. So that's the first profit, and the second one is just here. So orange candles of the MACD, the orange line below the green line, and showing us that we are falling. And in that case, we are entering and having our profits. So here, the situation is not that typical, but we're zooming up at the moment when the chart with this orange line of the moving average started to go down. And the last candles of the MACD were orange, so that's the actually tricky point, but we entered with the downward movement, and we are expecting some profits to be. And we are seeing here that we were correct. We were correct actually because this orange line were quite close to the green line, and our timing were perfect, this like a tiny timing for that movement to be completed. So we are, and you see now that the chart still with the MACD candle still going downward. So altogether, working as fine. So let's make it the last bet for today. And I made my bets because I've checked that before, and I see all indicators. And again, this line are not below the green line, but it's striking to be there. And actually, just check the chart a few minutes before. I want to tell you, and I want to warn you about the potential risk that these high volatility markets can actually be for you. Sometimes when the volatility is too high, there's no indicators that are going to be correct. So some indicators may show the tendencies, but the timing is so tiny. So even like a minute period is going to be a lot. Sometimes when I give signals, we are having that situations, or I'm missing that, or I'm trying, just to warn you that these situations are quite risky. So with this, tiny movement, tiny tendencies, be pretty careful. It's really, really risky. So we are having all our last bets to be our last profits, and that's just beautifully working. And remember, and if the orange line are too far away from the green line, it's too risky, even with the moving average showing that we are gonna fall, or if you are playing with the big periods. But I'm not suggesting to enter in that cases with this exact strategy. It just depends on the strategy that you're using. With this one, too risky. So it's done where it's done. The trading was kind of successful and I like that, but the strategy is a little bit tense. And the most important thing here is actually it's not about the strategy, but about the volatility. And I just want to pay you attention for that. So follow me in any social media resources. So the links below this video or in my bio. Give me any feedback, ask me any questions, give me some advices. Some of you actually made that. And I am just checking that, it's not that easy. So I'm going to try and I'm going to show you in the video. I better check it because a lot of you may follow these strategies and I want it to be safe. So stay tuned and we're gonna get for some more. Bye.